Hi everyone, and welcome back to how to make a life-size Barbie box. Now, I didn't think when I started making this box to record the very beginning of it and how I did it. But what I'm going to do is just explain it. I'll flip the camera around and I'm going to explain how I started it. I mean, I obviously have the main part of it done there. That is the box there. It needs to be painted, fine detailed, all of that. I need to write Barbie on it, the Mattel, all of that. But right now, I will just go over and explain how I did the box. Now, we called around looking for boxes, and you wouldn't really want, like I was saying, kind of like a refrigerator box, but you wouldn't really want that because you need the Barbie box to be longer. I'll show you the dimensions. I did mine so that way I could actually stick somebody in there with me, because I'm sure there's going to be people that will want their little kid in there for pictures probably when they see me doing this and all of that. If you want to stick, my husband in there, Ken and Barbie, however you want to do it. So you want it, a certain width across, not as fat going back, and you need it like at least 6 feet tall. So I'm going to go over all of that with you guys. And I just wish I would have, from the very beginning, been recording how I was putting it together, but I can explain it. And then from here on out, I'll record the rest of it for you guys when I spray paint it and put the things together. But yeah, I did most of it already. So let me go over and I'll tell you where I got the stuff. And yeah, most of this was just Dollar Tree. So it's not very expensive to have to make it, but I'm really proud of myself how it's turning out. And it's going to look great when it's done. Of course, it'll all be in this video here. So yeah, let's flip this over. I'm going to explain the box first, how I was making it, or maybe go over and explain all the things that you'll need, and then I'll explain the box. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the supplies that I used to make this life-size Barbie box. I'm going to go over all of it with you. For starters, I got all of these from Dollar Tree. I got 15 of these cardboard, and they're in white color. And I'll put the dimensions right here, but it's the only size that they had there, so I'm imagining it's going to be that size at every Dollar Tree. I'll just put it right on the screen here, what the size was. I got 15 of them. I still have one left. I did 15 just to be able to have in case I made mistakes and all of that. I actually have more left over up on top of here. There's pieces left over there and everything. So yeah, but I just went with 15 of them. And then I'll, be putting the dimensions of the Barbie box on there. But it's always good to have extra. You want extra. All right. And then you're going to want some white paint. So I got 2 of these from Dollar Tree because that's how you're going to write the word Barbie on there. You're going to paint it on. And then I got that from the dollar store. And then these I got from Walmart. You're going to need a pink spray paint. Of course, Barbie box has got to be pink. So I got 2 of those, and then a matte finish. So at the very end, I can do a matte clear finish. I want the box to be, matted. You can do it high shine if you want, but I'm going to matte it after, everything is done. After the word Barbie is on it and everything, and the Mattel and all that, then I'm going to go ahead and matte finish everything. You'll need some plastic. I got a big roll of plastic I'm going to lay out in the yard. It's a really big piece. Or, use cardboard, whatever, to lay it down, because, of course, you don't want to ruin the grass or the ground. So you want something to lay down. I'm not sure what that is, but plastic will work great. Duct tape, you'll need a tape measure. I got these wider Sharpies that I'm going to go around the word Barbie. Of course, I'll be going over all of it now. I'll be recording the rest of the video as I go through. So, and then I got the red because I'm going to be coloring in the Mattel part because that is red. So I'm just going to color it in. If this isn't wide enough, then I'll get a wider one in red. And then I've got 2 brushes, one big one to do the word Barbie because that's going to be larger, and a smaller one to do the Mattel. You will need a hot glue gun, and the hot glue, that was from Dollar Tree. These I just got from Michael's, I believe. A while back I had them. So you'll need brushes, and then, of course, duct tape. I did it in the white because if you do silver, of course, you're going to see that, and I don't think it's going to spray as well. So my husband suggested the white. And then I got a box cutter. I didn't use it very much, though, because I don't have a table to put my stuff down on, so I couldn't cut it good. So I was using the scissors, but a scissors works great, and everything still works out. But a box cutter would be good, a pen, and then a measuring, just a tape, or I'm sorry, a ruler. And I didn't really use this much either. I was actually using the boxes to line up and make the lines is how I was doing it, but everybody's going to do it differently. But here would be the supplies you would need. And then I'm going to stand up and I'm going to go over and explain the box for you guys. So how I did it is I used the ones you saw, the size. I put the size on the screen. I used 2 going across the back, and then I cut it in half and went down. And of course the sides the same way. So I'm going to show you that. So I hot glued together, you know, two like this. I laid them flat out. I hope you can see this well. I laid it out flat and I hot glued it, and then I taped it up over the top and then the bottom. Then I did another row of the same size and hot glued those together. Of course, now I would have hot glued here to here together with it and then down the middle, and then I taped it. I again taped it because the tape is what's making it very stable and it's giving it stability. You know, you want it to be sturdy. So the duct tape's working great. And again, it's going to be sprayed with the spray paint, and hopefully, you know, go from there. It won't show a lot of flaws, but I'm not too worried about that. You know, to make a Barbie box, you just need it to look like Barbie's box. Then the bottom ones, they were cut in half. As you see, I've got some rough edges there from cutting, but again, nobody's going to notice that. Once you spray it and all that, you're not going to notice it. Again, this box is amazing. I can't wait to see it done. But those were cut in half and then again hot glued together going across there and then taped. And you see it's bubbled a little bit. That's because of the hot glue. So it bubbles like that. Again, I'm not too worried about it. Your tape's going to bubble. Things are going to happen. It's still going to be good. It doesn't need to be flawless, you guys. But that's how I did it. So again, then the sides, I would have hot glued it together right here, you know, to that one, to the back now. That's the back. I would have hot glued the side. Did one full one like that. Then hot glued it there, another full one, and again cut off the bottom one in half and did that. Of course, the other side the same way. So I did that. Once I hot glued it, then I taped it. So I waited just till it was done and then I taped it right away. Then I went in the corners and taped all the way down in the corners. All the corners, you'll see that. Hopefully you can see it well. I did all the corners with tape on the front and the back to give this, you know, I want this to be very sturdy, and it is. I mean, this is a sturdy box. The way I did it is very sturdy, even having that opening. All right, then the front of it, I had to cut these pieces. And there, I'll put the measurements right up here, what I measured across, just so you guys know. I'll put it right here on the screen for you guys, what it is going across, so you know how to cut that. I think it was 7.5 inches, I think. But I have it on the screen here for you guys. So of course, I did that, but I started this one, I believe down at the bottom is how I did it, but I took this box and now I did it, I'll use my hand here to say, I did it long ways now instead of across this way, how I did the other ones. I did it long ways. And I started at the bottom with that, and I put that one on, of course, hot gluing it on and taping it, and then hot gluing across, doing another one. I did 2 of those. And then I did the last one, and I had to, that one, I'll tell you the measurement of that one right here on the screen. And it stopped right here. Just like the bottom, it stopped right here. Everything was hot glued and taped. So both sides were done identical. Then I did this and I cut it at an angle because that's where the word Barbie is going to go across. And you want to angle that. And then, of course, I taped it again. There is some wrinkling in the tape. That just happens when you're working with duct tape. I mean, it is a pain in the butt. But again, this box doesn't need to be flawless. It's going to be beautiful once it's painted. That's going to help cover some of the flaws. But again, I did that at an angle. I'll do the measurements right here of what that was, the size of that. And I did have to pull the box kind of together to do it and tape it. I wasn't able to hot glue that area because it wasn't staying. You know what I mean? Like I had to pull the box together and try to hold it, and it just wants to come undone. So those were just done with tape. But it's on the front and the back I taped as well. Of course, went all the way up with the tape like that and did that too. So hopefully it's not blurry. You guys are seeing that. So I taped it like that. And then of course I taped that part right there and that part right there. So yes, I did use a lot of duct tape, but I still have quite a bit left. It was a big roll. I still have a lot left. So, but yeah, this is just turning out amazing. I hope I explained it right to you guys. I put the dimensions on here. I'm going to tell you how big it is right now, up and down and across, and the width this way, you know. So the width of it this way, and you see I taped front and back. I did all the taping too. You probably don't even need the hot glue, but I did it just to give it a little bit more strength. But I don't even think it even needs a hot glue because that one down there I didn't hot glue. I just used tape. So you guys may not have to hot glue it. You know, live and learn, right? As you go along, I probably could have just done it just by taping it. So, but I just think it helped to hold it together so I was able to tape then. I just think it made it better. So I would suggest, you know, hot gluing it before taping. But yeah, then I did that at an angle and I just put the dimensions in for you guys prior to this. And again, I already put in how big the box is, of course, up and down, across, and, you know, the width of it, the depth of it. And I think that's pretty much it, but I'm gonna come over here and show you guys how I did this Mattel right here. Look at that, isn't that cool, you guys? I did that by hand with the scissors. There's all the little pieces there. But how I got this perfect circle was I just took a plate upside down on one of, just a piece of the cardboard that's left over, and I drew a circle around it, and then I cut it out with the scissors. And then after I did that, just free-handed these right here. I just free-handed, you can see all the little triangles. I just, started with the scissors and went, just at the first angle, just went up like this and then up like this and just kept following along, doing it or whatever. And who cares about, again, any flaws or anything, because we're going to be coloring it and painting it and all that, or the Mattel on it. But yeah, I just kept doing that, and you can follow as you're doing the lines with the scissors. You can pretty much know where to go, where to meet, and then just rip the little triangles out. So, and then that's gonna go on the box. I'm gonna put it on after the box is painted, of course, because this is a separate color. This is gonna be red, and it's gonna go right in the corner there. So it'll say Mattel. And then, of course, the Barbie part at the bottom, I'll use that big brush, the white paint, and then go around it with the black, and then I will color with the red marker on this and use the white paint in that smaller brush and write the Mattel. And then I'll get this glued on or taped on. I'm not sure if I just want to tape that on or glue it on. That way if I need to redo it. Sorry about that, guys. My alarm went off. But anyways, not sure how I'm going to do that, but it could be just glued on. I probably will use like some super glue or E6000, just something to put it on, or I may just tape it on. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, in case that, I don't like it or whatnot. So I'm going to just do it a certain way, but I'll be going through it now through the rest of the video showing you guys. But yes, isn't this turning out amazing, you guys? I'm so excited. I was so happy to do my first, look for summer as Barbie. And of course, then you guys get to see the video after, so you guys didn't know, but I was just so excited to portray Barbie. I've had many people tell me that I look like her, and Barbie basically can wear anything. So yeah, I wanted to do this, but like I said, we were looking around for boxes. No places do it. We called Menards, we called Lowe's, we called, I can't remember, a bunch of places that would get refrigerators and things like that. And, we just, first off, a lot of them don't do it anymore. Some of them said, we'll call you back. Does it have to be a refrigerator box? And I didn't want it to be a refrigerator box, because it wouldn't be the width going across. And I already did the measuring for you guys, and the depth and all that. It wouldn't be exactly what I was looking for. So I thought, I'm just going to make one. I'm very talented and artsy. So I thought I could just make one, and it's going to be great. So from here on out, I'll be filming everything for you guys, and we'll get this Barbie box done. We'll see you guys back here in a moment. Okay, so I've got the plastic laid out, and I just used the little pins that just come off of a bunch of these, that I use in my garden, just to hold the plastic down, because you can see it's kind of a windy day. So it's blowing, so I hope I don't have any trouble painting this thing, the box, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it from blowing away, right? All right, so I've done that part, and that way it'll protect the grass and protect, anything from getting the pink paint. So now let's get the box out here. Okay, so I decided to lay the box down because it is windy today, and I'm afraid it's gonna blow over. But what I did is just put a cement block on this side to hold it, and a cement block on this side just to hold it in place, because it's kind of windy. Don't know if you guys will have to do this step. Maybe you can do it standing up if it's not a windy day. But it's pretty windy here, and I need to get this done. So I'm gonna do it laying down. Once it's fully dry, I'll move the blocks out of the way, of course, when I spray, and then set it there just to hold it or whatever. It'll dry pretty fast. Then I'll flip it over and spray the other side, the back. So let's get the spraying going. Okay, so first you want to spray the can really good for at least a minute, it said. So I'm going to go ahead and get that shook up. And hopefully with a little bit of wind. You don't want to do it in a higher temperature than 90 degrees and the humidity 65 or under. Our humidity today is 37 and it's like 82 degrees. So I should be okay. But they did say to watch like windy areas, and it is kind of windy here. So I'm hoping I'm going to be okay, because I got to get this done. So hopefully I won't have any trouble. If I start to spray though and I notice something, then I'm just going to stop. But all right, once you get it mixed pretty good for about a minute, then we're going to go ahead and spray. I'll start with just a small area here, just to see if it works. I don't want any overspray here. See, it's windy. So maybe I should wait a second for the wind to calm down. Just a second. There we go. all that can be in it. But it can be just one coat. So this thing is a pretty good opaque paint. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm kind of waiting for times when it stops. I'm just going to do a little bit of this and then I'll shut the camera off. And basically, I'm sure people know how to spray paint. We got a moment when it's not really windy right now. Boy, it should dry this thing really fast. And any spots you see, just go over it just a little bit, because you're only going to need one coat of that. So we're going to do the entire box around the outside, and I'll try to do some of the inside as well, the sidewalls and all that, wherever I can spray. And then I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll do the other side. So I'll be back in a moment. Knowing the dimensions of this box and how big it is, it takes more than 2 cans of spray paint. So I'm going to have to go back and get 2 more. But I'll show you how much I was able to paint. So all the side here, hopefully you can see that okay. All the way on the front's all done. Some of the inside, I'll show you. This whole side did get done too. And then I'll show you inside. I was able to paint that side. I was able to paint that side. And then I was able to paint some of it. So we're gonna have to come up the whole back here and, the whole rest of the inside of the back, and then I'll have to flip it over and do the back. So I don't know if I'll need more than 1 more can, but I'm gonna get 2 just in case I have to do some spots. Like right there, it looks like I missed a couple spots when you're spraying it. So I'll get 2 cans just so I can kind of touch it up too, maybe give it a second coat, which might make it look really great. But look at how cute it's turning out, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's transforming into a Barbie box. Super excited. So yeah, I got to get some more of that, and I'll be back to show you guys. Okay, so far so good. We've got the whole front done, sides, and everything inside and all that, except for the up under, the little lips on the sides there, these little sides here. So up under, when I turn it up on its right side up, so it's standing up, I will then paint the inside and the back of it. But come on, that's like the perfect Barbie color, isn't it? Wow, that's looking so good, you guys. Not finished yet though. Wait till it's complete and it says Barbie. It's gonna be so awesome. And of course, the way that's bending down is just because the way it's sitting. When it stands up, that's not gonna happen. It's just because, again, we had to tape on the sides and stuff. But when it stands up, you've seen what it looked like when it was white. But boy, I sure got the perfect Barbie pink. It was, when I went back to the store, I actually had to get hot pink because they were out of that other one. But I just went over the whole thing again, and it made it more of a Barbie pink now because it's a hot pink. I wish I would have seen that the first time I was there. But I just went over everything. So even though I had to do half of the inside, it's still the same color, everything. I went over, because the color was a little darker, the hot neon pink. So yeah, this is looking so good. Can't wait, you guys. I will show you when I get the back done. When the painting is all done, I'll show you the whole thing. And then, of course, I'm going to do the Barbie on it and the Mattel. And then I'll show you when the project is finished. But I'll be going along as I'm doing it. All right, guys. So we got it painted. I did have to get more paint, and I had to get a different color. It's a hot pink, which is more Barbie pink. So some of the spots look a little lighter, a little darker, but I like that tone. And some is a little bit wet still. So when you see it, I'm just gonna kind of give you a view of the whole thing. Some of the spots are just a little bit wet, but it's got the little bit of two-tone to it, and that's okay. It was just because it was different paints from the first one. I can't remember what the name of that one was, but when I went to Walmart to get more, they didn't have any more of that left. And they actually had been out of that one for a couple weeks, because when I got the 2 containers, they didn't, I bought the only two they had. And I thought this was going to be enough, but you guys, it took 6 cans of spray paint. I will show you guys the measurements. I wasn't able to show you in that video. I told you that one clip. So at the very end, I'll be doing the measurements. I'll just use the tape measure and show you guys, do the measurement with it, because it was hard to kind of write it in. I mean, I could have wrote it in, but I just wanted to do the measurements in front of you guys, because some are like an 1/8, a 1/4, different stuff like that. So I will be doing that at the very end. Once the Barbie box all together, I will get the tape measure out and show you guys exactly the dimensions of all of this, so you guys will know that as well. But yeah, I had to go with a hot neon pink. That's what color I went with the last 4 cans to do it. And it's such a pretty Barbie pink. It's even prettier in person. Everybody has been walking by in the yard here saying, oh my gosh, that's the best Barbie box ever. And it's not even finished yet. So I absolutely love the way it turned out. And I can't wait for you guys Of course, I haven't done it yet, but when I do my first one, I can tell you it's going to be Tropical Barbie, because you'll get that before you get this video. This won't go up until, I believe, a day after. You might get it Thursday or Sunday. I'm not sure, because it's going to be in one of my days that I do vlogs and stuff like that. I'll be putting this up, showing you how to make a Barbie box. I wish I would have done it, like I said, from the beginning to show you how I did it, but I did explain how I made it, so I hope that was enough for you guys to understand how to do it. It wasn't too hard to do. It was just, you know, knowing the dimensions and everything, if you wanted exactly the size. But you see, I got it all good inside of here too. Everything is painted, everything all the way down. Even the bottom part is painted on the inside as well. And like I said, when you're seeing that, it's only because I had to go over it with that. I was doing this outside. It was windy today, so some of the paint was kind of, you know, blowing a little bit. And of course, when you stop spraying, you spray again, you get that. But you know, all the boxes I've seen made definitely all have a different look. Some people used what's it called, wrapping paper in pink color. They did that, and then it bunched it up, and they've done it in different ways. So I just wanted to spray paint it, and of course it's going over a cardboard. That's a cardboard type, and so it kind of seeps in, you know, the paint kind of seeps into it as well. So, but I really love the tone of it. I love what it's looking like. I just think it makes it look more rustic. You guys will probably agree with me, maybe making it more of an older box, which is really cool, like maybe from the 1950s Barbie. I love the way it turned out. But yeah, I used 4 of the hot neon pink. So if you want to go with that color, I would recommend that. That's the best color for the Barbie color, the Barbie box. It's hot neon pink, and I would get 6 of them. If you're going to go with the same dimensions I did, you would definitely need 6 to do the inside, outside, everything. Some people don't do the inside, but I wanted the inside painted as well. But yeah, I absolutely love the way it turned out. And now we're going to get the logo on it, the Mattel on it, and then we're going to matte finish it. Definitely need to matte finish it. That is a finish that will seal. It's a sealant. We'll seal all the paint, because it definitely will start to chip. There were some areas that were chipping, and that's because I was knocking a little bit of the dust off and stuff, a little bit of the stuff that got on it when I was painting it. Things would stick to it. And so when I was brushing it off, definitely some of the paint came with it. So you could tell this box definitely needs to be sealed. So I'm going to seal it. Plus, I want it to be a matte finish. Right now, if I get up close, you can tell it was a shiny gloss is what it is. So it's shiny, and I don't want the box shiny. I want it to be matte finished. I think it's going to make it look much better. But anyways, I'm having so much fun doing this, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed my it's not Wear It Wednesday. It's I'm a Barbie Girl in a Fashion World video on Wednesday, my first tropical look. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll enjoy this video here on how I made my beautiful Barbie box. All right, guys, let's get on to the next step. Okay, guys, I had to bring the box back outside again and paint it one more time. Any spots that you would cut the cardboard and it would be fraying a little bit, you'd want to make sure to tape it. All the other sides were the part of the box that hadn't been cut. So the part like here where I would have cut the side here and put it up, I put it up against there and taped it so you didn't see it. So it was nice and flat right there, so it's not going to peel. But this one, I didn't flip it the right way. It would have been flipped up and taped, and then the smooth end would have been at the bottom, but it wasn't on this one. I forgot, so I redid this. I taped it, and then I just painted it. So you have to paint it, and I painted up in the inside of it too on that white duct tape. That was the only side on the box that hadn't either been taped or didn't need tape. This one needed the tape at the bottom. I could see it was starting to come up. It was starting to, the box itself, you know, the cardboard, because I had cut across to make that piece smaller, then those were just done without cutting. The bottom, like I said, where I had to cut it to make it match that length. Then, of course, I didn't flip it over the other way. I should have had it the other way like I did with all the other pieces. I had it the other way facing up and taped it. Even if it's not smooth, you don't notice that because it's taped. But I forgot to flip those. So I had to tape this, if you understand what I'm saying. I had to tape that because it was starting to tear up the cardboard. And I don't want any problems with this box. So just did that. Now I'm going to let it dry, and then we're going to bring it in and start putting the Barbie logo on it.